I'm Kelsey.
And I'm Emily. I don't think things that happen to you happen to anybody else. Why don't we start by talking about something that happened recently, Kelsey? We live in a dorm.
Yeah. So, there's 2 elevators for about 11 floors?
No. Less
Nine floors of people. There's like 12 rooms with 2 people living on each floor, so it's kind of a lot of people.
We don't know how to do math. I would tell you the math.
Mm-hmm. There are lots of instances where you have awkward elevator rides with people. Hello, phone. That's my BlackBerry.
If you don't know how college works, the first week of school, you're supposed to make friends. And those friends are basically the only friends you have for the rest of your college career.
We don't know how to make friends because
we're not friendly. I mean, I think we're friendly people.
We're friendly people, but people don't understand us. We're like baked potatoes riding on unicorns. Like, that's our life. And so we don't really know how to make friends. But anyway, we tried our best during that first week, and we socialized a ton. And you know those people that you like,
you hang out with once, time.
And then so every other time that you see them afterwards, it's really awkward.
Like, you don't know whether or not you should, like,
acknowledge that you used to, like, you hung out that one time.
That one time.
But I don't, like, personally, I don't want to be like, hey, and they'd be like, who are you?
Like, oh, that's so weird. Like, and we had breakfast, and we all talked, like, everybody now that I see from that breakfast that we're not friends with right now, it's, like, so weird. Especially,
we're gonna...
I think you should...
The person.
I think we should talk about him today, because we both have weird stories about him. We won't use his name. Okay, so there's this guy. He was one of those people that we had breakfast with that one time, and, like, the rest of this semester and the rest of the year, we've been like, oh, awkward.
So, you tell your awkward story.
Okay. Last semester, I had a class, and it was anatomy and physiology, and my teacher would always let us out, like, half an hour early, and he would, like, pick up all of his stuff and, like, run out of the classroom. And I don't understand why you would do that. Like, I mean, like, yay, class is out, like, great. He picks up his stuff, runs out the door. So, one day...
From what you're saying, I don't think he, like, picks it up. It sounds like he just kind of, like, grabs it and runs.
Yeah, he's kind of... It's kind of like that. So, one day, I'm sitting there, and I picked up all my stuff, and I guess, like, he dropped something. So, he's, like, scurrying to pick up whatever the hell he dropped. So, I'm pushing out the door, and he runs past me, pushes me to the side, and opens the door in front of me and runs out. And I'm like, what just happened? And so, the next day, it happened again. Like, he, like, runs past me. And I was like, oh, my God. And so, the next day after that, this is the 3rd day now, my teacher, my professor, she's like, where the hell does he always have to go? And I'm like, I don't know. That same day, the 3rd day, my friend Dylan was sitting in front of me, and he was like, you should walk, like, as fast as possible and beat him to the dorm. He rushes past me like usual, but instead of just, like, letting it go, like, I start following him. And not, like, following him, like, behind him. Like, I start walking next to him. And, like, to the uncomfortable distance where it's, like, it seems like we're together, but we both know that we're not walking together. What? He would walk faster, and I would walk faster. And he would, like, slow down and, like, chill out and be like, hey, maybe I don't need to get back to the dorm in 5 minutes. And I would, like, hang back and just whatever. So he opens the door downstairs, and I go in after him. And since we have 2 elevators, the floor elevator is the one everybody likes to take, because
it takes you directly to your floor.
But the lounge elevator takes you to halfway between your floors, so you have to walk down some stairs or walk up some stairs. So the lounge elevator was on D, which is pretty high up. It's like 2nd highest. And the floor elevator was on 1. It was sitting at 1. And that's like the greatest thing ever. And I have my key, and he has his key. And instead of choosing the floor elevator, he chooses the lounge elevator, which he has to stand there and wait for. But instead of choosing the floor elevator, I decide that I'm going to ride the lounge elevator with him.
So the floor elevator's just sitting there at 1.
The
just
floor
chilling
elevator is sitting there at 1, and he and I are both waiting for the same elevator. And I got off the elevator, and he thinks I'm a complete weirdo.
Okay, so this guy, I don't know what schedule he has, but I had seen him a lot.
If somebody lives in your tower, you see them all the time, like regardless. Like,
but
you
like
know who
because
lives there.
I've seen him that one time, I just can spot him out more easily in a crowd, and I'm 98.7% sure that he thinks that I'm either a stalker or like a crazy person because I just see him all the time and we make awkward eye contact. So it's like,
I think
that's
eye
weird.
contact is always awkward unless you know the person.
Well, I think it's awkward when like, well, yeah, I guess the first, but I think it's a lot more awkward when you're just like sitting in a classroom and like someone is looking at you and you just like make eye contact like 5 times and you're like, by the 6th time you're like, please
Stop
kill me. Like this is the worst in the world. Like I can't even. But anyway, I'd seen this guy many, many, many times. Whatever. The way I ride the elevator, or the way I used to ride the elevator, because I don't ride the elevator like this anymore, was I'd stand right in front of the door. And just because, like,
she wants to be the first person out of the
I
elevator.
just want to be the first person out of the elevator. I don't want to wait in the elevator. So the door is, like, right here.
Wait, I'll be him.
So I'm just, like, standing there, and then I'm coming from our floor down to the lobby. So the door's right here, and it opens, and he's doing the exact same thing on the other side, and I'm like, and I just completely sidestep him and walk out. I'm like, I don't know if I ran, because it was just like a blur, because I was like, did that really just happen in my life? But I don't know. He thinks that we're crazy, and we think he's crazy, so I guess we've got a good relationship going there.
We have to go.
Okay.
It has to be done.
Bye.